Hello Virgos, welcome to your mid-month tune-up. My video gave out on the pre-shuffle, so just a few things I want to tell you before we dive in. The first thing is, if you'd like a personal reading, just check out my info below, send me an email, and we can go ahead and set that up if this reading resonates. Also, I'll be leaving a link below for this month's extra, which is based on the Magician and how your power will manifest itself in May 2020. Did I say April? So in that spread, it'll tell you what new cycle will you create, what skills and resources will you draw upon, or should you draw upon, and how will you benefit from its success. My 2020 Sun Moon readings are in my playlist if you want to check those out. So are my 2019s. Ask me a question on Instago. Check me out on Facebook and Insta. Like, share, subscribe. Otherwise, let's get to your reading. Okay, so general energies, we have the King of Bells in reverse. So there's somebody in your midst. Well, there's somebody in your perimeter, whoever this person is. It's a person who I feels like, is in a position of power. Could be of the male gender, or just have like a masculine kind of energy to them. And I feel like they're holding the purse strings. Okay, so whoever this person is, they're in charge of money matters, whether it's your boss, whether it's the person you're in a relationship with, whether it's a parent. And they're not giving anything out at this time. And they're holding on to anything practical, any finances or anything like that. But it's not out of being frugal or being thrifty. It's actually just to be greedy and sometimes even mean. So it could also be somebody who is trying to get you to buy into something, and it ends up being fraudulent, like a pyramid scheme, an MLM, anything like that. Just so they can take your money, because that's kind of what the King of Bells in reverse is all about. So it's really not somebody to be trusted. Somebody who's not good with money, or is really good at taking money away from somebody else, or separating someone from their material possessions, anything like that. Okay. Now, the challenge is, I feel like the loss that you've incurred from this. Because we have the Five of Hearts in the upright, and that really is about something that really punches you in the gut. It just takes the wind out of you. So your challenge right now is kind of dealing with the loss and the sorrow, the grief, everything, the financial setbacks that kind of go along with it. And you're really feeling that very deeply. So that's a challenge for you in the middle of May. Now, and of course, the blanket situation, right? The climate right now is what it is. So, I'm sure this can apply to a lot of you, but I'm seeing this as a little more specific to this person who's actually affecting you. Now, the advice they have is a Six of Leaves in the upright. So what they're kind of telling you is to move away from this person and move away from this situation. It's literally just packing up your stuff and leaving. So it could mean, leaving this person, leaving this job. It basically just putting distance between you and whoever this individual is. And it doesn't always have to be an individual. It can be an entity like a company or something like that. And the Six of Leaves in the upright is having regrets about this transition, but kind of knowing that you need to do it because you need to head to a better place. Some of you might actually relocate. You actually might be moving. Six of Leaves in the upright is moving over water. So it could be, you doing that. But that's the advice they're telling you, that you need to kind of pack everything up and move and just kind of get a fresh start and get away from this situation or this person, as quickly as possible, and kind of part ways with them so that they're no longer in your perimeter. Now, as you move forward out of the middle of May and transitioning towards June, we have the Nine of Acorns in reverse and the Justice card in reverse. Justice card is the card of Libra, of course. And what I'm getting from the Nine of, and I don't know how this is related to this. I'm thinking it's because you stay. You don't actually take the advice, and you stay for whatever reasons. Or whatever reason. And then the situation goes from bad to worse. And what happens is, you're just being treated unfairly, basically. Somebody who is just, constantly infringing on your boundaries that you kind of set out. Someone who is always opposing you. You just aren't being treated very well. And it could be that you move to like another place, or you go to another place and it's kind of like out of the frying pan into the fire. Um, but I almost feel like you remain, and this situation just continues. So for some of you, maybe you need to actually experience this, um, something getting really bad before it's the catalyst for you to go ahead and do something. This person could also be dishonest, but I mean, they just aren't treating you well. They're not being fair. Okay, they're judging you. They're criticizing you. They're not respecting any territories or anything you kind of have set up. Sometimes they just attack you. They feel like they can just kind of infringe on you however they want to. So I feel like you remain, and if you remain, the situation's going to continue. It's not going to get better. And I understand if some people do not have the means to move out of it, so I'm not judging your situation. I'm just telling you what the advice is to do. Okay, why is the King of Bells in reverse here? Who is this person with this energy? Additional messages for the King of Bells in reversed. Okay, we have the Three of Swords, the King of Cups. All right, so I'm getting this person is presenting themselves to you as something that they're not. And they got in your door with an apology. I feel like they did something, and this is part of how they're kind of, I feel like they've done this before. So they're kind of saying, hey, I'm really sorry. I didn't mean to do that. Whatever it was in regards to money, and they kind of get back in the door, and they're presenting themselves as the King of Cups here in the upright, which is somebody who, and again, they're presenting themselves as this. They are not this. I feel like they're telling you, as I go forward, I'm going to be more respectful of you. I'm going to be kinder, and think about your needs and things like that. And then this Queen of Wands here is in reversed. And I'm getting from that they got you at a weak moment. Okay, I don't know if you were vulnerable or what was going on. That's what I'm kind of getting from that. So, yeah, okay, so that's what I'm getting. So they get in the door, and they have you at a weak moment, a vulnerable moment, where you're just kind of like, okay, and you believe them for some reason, which is interesting. Okay, why is this Five of Hearts here in the upright? Why is this Five of Hearts here in the upright? Who is this person? What is this energy? Additional messages for the Five of Hearts in the upright in a challenge position. The Emperor's card in reversed. Okay, so you're not feeling abundant. You're not having any success, and it's a challenge for you to try to figure out what to do and how your strategy is going to be kind of moving forward from this, or kind of getting out of this. I actually think you're so down in the dumps you can't even like see a way out of it, or make a plan or anything like that. And furthermore, you're not really excited about kind of doing anything. So I mean, this person has deeply affected you. And it's just interesting to me that and it might be somebody that you give them the benefit of the doubt. They say they're sorry, and you say okay, and they showed that they were being different at first, but I think they just caught you at a weak moment, and you kind of let them in, and then that's when they really kind of rocked your world or turn it upside down. But it is deeply affecting you, and you're having a really hard time pulling yourself out of it, or coming up with initiating a different idea or anything like that, to kind of figure things out, or move forward. Why is the Six of Leaves here in the upright? Who's this person? What's this energy? Additional messages for the Six of Leaves in the upright. Advice for Virgos, May 2020. Oh, so they're telling you to move on, but they know that you're very tied to this person. So for some reason, you can't break the chains of this person. Devil card is a card of Capricorn, if that resonates. They're telling you you'd be much happier if you kind of stood up and you did break the chains, that there's a lot out there. That the sooner you do it, the sooner your happiness, your wishes will be kind of realized. So wish it and kind of make it happen. And you'll be able to move past this struggle with the Five of Pentacles in reverse. This very difficult time that you're kind of going through will end. But only if you move away from this person. But they know you're tied to them somehow. They're not showing me how, but I mean, and we can be tied to people a lot of different ways that are very toxic. But they're just kind of saying, if you wish it, you can make it happen. You can maybe sometimes it's just like that spark of an idea will lend itself to other things, and then it becomes a reality, and you can kind of make it happen. But um, I don't think you do. They might owe you something also, because I see them showing me the Five of Pentacles and saying they know that this person owes you something and you can't leave until they give it to you. So whether that's a monetary sum or a closure or whatever it is, they're telling you you're not going to get it. So you might want to move on without it because it's not going to happen. Why is the Nine of Acorns here in reverse? Who's this person? What's this energy? Additional messages for the Nine of Acorns in reversed. For Virgos. Sorry, the cards are slippy. Nine of Acorns in reverse for Virgos. Why is the Nine of Acorns here in reverse for Virgos? Yeah, this person likes to win. So, I mean, they infringe on your boundaries, they make you feel uncomfortable, and they won't stop until they've won. They're the ones, they like to have everything. So, I mean, this could be spiritual, financially, physically, mentally, but here they are kind of taking your swords, and you're walking away defeated. They like to defeat people, and they'll pick at you until they defeat you. And I think you're having this realization as you move out of May into June. Why is a Justice card here in reverse for Virgos as they move out of the middle of May and transition into June? Who is this person? What is this energy? And it's really not fair. They're not about being fair. They're about winning and getting things their way, and having all the toys. Yeah, and the Infernus is calling you. It's this whole situation is causing you tons of stress. I mean, here you are, depressed and stressed out and anxious, and what am I going to do next? And negative emotions just coursing through you. That leads to stress. It's not a healthy situation. So, I mean, they're telling you to move away, but maybe you're the type of person, like I said, things have to get really bad before you kind of push yourself to leave something, because you guys are very dedicated individuals. So, I mean, if there's a problem, you dedicate yourself to trying to fix it, work it out. You don't want to just throw things up in the air and give up. You want to give it a good college try. And I think that the middle of May moving into June here, you're actually at the end of your rope, and maybe that's what's going to push you to actually put distance between you and this person or this entity. Okay, so if this resonates, consider a personal reading. Just send me an email. We can go ahead and work that out. Make sure you click on the link below for how your power will manifest itself in May 2020. In that spread, I'll have what new cycle will you create, what skills and resources should you draw upon, and how will you benefit from its success. Check out my 2020 Sun Moon readings in my playlist. Check out my 2019s. Ask me a question on Instant Go. Check me out on Facebook and Insta. Like, share, subscribe, and or donate. Otherwise, adios from Veronica Garnett. Bye.